Have you ever been in a really high situation where you really need to bring it to get things done? You've got work piled up this high. You have to get done with the next number of hours. But as you put your foot down on the paddle, you push it down, yeah, ready to go, ready to burst out of the day, but you got nothing. You got no energy, you got nothing. You feel like literally just sit on a chair, you're just gonna go to bed slowly. But you have to get done. You're a leader. You've got grit. So you're gonna grind your way through it, right? So 3 coffees and 2 Red Bulls, there you go, you're jacked, you're ready to go. What happens? Yeah, you get some work done, but really, you could be more productive. You've got energy, or what you think is energy, but you're not getting it done. You're not knocking out of the park. It's not that mental focus and productivity that you expect. What happened? Well, all these caffeinated soft drinks and all these Red Bulls, and they don't really help with productivity. They're at very best, they give you that artificial boost. So you feel jacked, you feel tense, but you're not really productive. But what can you do to really bring it? How do you bring it really naturally? Get that energy and buzz so that you can get through that work and focus without having to rely on artificial, man-made substances. I've got 3 ninja tricks, right? What I call ninja pebbles that will actually help you get that buzz, that energy, that productivity from biological enhancement perspective. So we're going to look at some tricks that you can use, incorporate into your day that'll help you get through that work much more effectively with that mental clarity and focus that you need to be truly productive. Number 1, the first ninja pebble. So this ninja pebble is about adopting a power pose. So there is a study by a Harvard Business School professor, Amy J.C. Cuddy, with 2 of her partners from the Columbia Business School. What did they do? They take 42 participants and invited them in and asked them to try doing a power pose and as opposed to a low power pose. So a high power pose looks like this, something like this. If you imagine Superwoman or Superman, this is the kind of pose you adopt. So you stand nice and tall, chest high, shoulders relaxed, head high, chins in, and that's the pose you adopt. And what they do is they ask them to do that for 2 minutes, and compared to people with a low power posture, sitting, slouching, and kind of looking lethargic, right? That's the kind of look they're trying to see. What happens when you get 42 participants to do that compared to the low power pose? And what they discovered was really interesting, that simply by changing your physical physiology has an impact to your biological process. It's changing their hormones. And what they saw is a rise in testosterone and a decrease in stress hormone cortisol. And that's interesting. When you don't feel like it, you actually can choose by your mind to actually create more testosterone. Now, what happens when you're low on testosterone? You will be lacking focus. You might even sleep very badly. Okay, you'll get this blues feeling, this sense of sadness, lack of energy, lack of focus. So when you're feeling low, generally you have low in testosterone. So elevating your testosterone from adopting a power pose for 2 minutes is a great way to help enhance your ability to focus and be productive at getting through that big power work. Another way you can actually incorporate that into your working life is perhaps get a standing desk. Go get a standing desk, stand nice and tall rather than sitting down. Allow yourself to sit in a chair, particularly when you've got a big pile of work to do. Number 2, the second ninja pebble that I'm about to share with you is to use your breathing to change your physiology and create your energy and your focus to be hyper productive. So breathing is interesting because it's actually quite an ancient tradition. So as a martial artist, I've been doing that for the majority of my life, and I know yogis and certain meditative practices also have breathing practices to help with mental clarity and focus. So I'm about to show you one particular way of how I do it, of creating energy and focus. So the way you do it through this form of breathing is to actually breathing rapidly into your gut, your deep diaphragm breathing and out. Do that for 10 times. Okay, just 10 times rapidly. Then you're going to breathe out and you're going to hold your breath. And then you're going to breathe in and hold your breath. So try this with me. So 10 times. In. Out. Hold your breath as long as you can. Okay? You can't get any more. In. Hold the breath as long as you can. And that's one cycle. So if you just do 1, 2, if you can get 3 cycles in, you'll actually give you an instant boost in adrenaline. It will actually reduce your cortisol stress hormones as well. So when you're low on adrenaline, you lack energy, and you know if you're low on adrenaline. So this is a way to quickly bring up your adrenaline level. So we're talking about adrenaline, testosterone. We're not talking about actually injecting yourself with stuff. And that's how you can become too high on those hormones, in which you can make you all these side effects I hear about adrenaline and testosterone. That's for the bodybuilders world. We're talking about natural ways to increase energy or hacking energy to give you this special trick to improve your ability to focus. And this breathing is your conscious way for you can really very, very quickly increase your level of adrenaline to what it should be to allow you to go through that amount of work. So just repeat 10 breaths in and out, rapid succession, but deep. Out all the way, hold as long as you can. Then you're going to breathe in when you can't hold anymore. And you're going to hold again. As long as you can, you're going to breathe out. So that's number 2, Ninja Pebble. Number 3. So here is a really interesting trick. So I'm going to talk about ketones for the brain. So ketone is a fuel that your brain can literally use and craves and loves because it's like a high octane fuel. It's much efficient biologically for your brain cells to use ketone for energy as opposed to using carbohydrate, which needs to be converted to pyruvate before it can be converted into a form that's usable into ATP eventually. So the thing is, it's that one extra step. So if you use ketones, your body is actually at least 28% more effective. So for those of you living on this cutting edge of human performance, you're really looking for that next level up, right? In productivity, in energy, and mental clarity and focus. You will heard of this concept called ketogenic diet, and that's about helping your body and teaching and coaching your body on how to create ketones by burning fat for energy out on its own. A challenge with that is you need to be coached. You need to go through a period where you actually learn to consciously cut down your carbs and increase your fat intake by a significant amount while keeping your protein intake moderate. So that's a challenge, and it takes time, it takes some knowledge. But what can you do today, instantly? How can you get this benefit of be like on the ketogenic diet, but without going through the coaching and learning, the prolonged learning that you need to do? So the way you do it is by taking in ketones. So endogenous ketones are ketones that you create within. Exogenous ketones are ketones that you take in. So ketones that you take in is via drink, and you can buy ketone salt drink or keto ester. But if you take ketone salt, popular brands are Ketocana, Perfect Keto, and Prove It. These are 3 popular brands of exogenous ketones that you can take as a drink for when you really need that boost and productivity. Now, these are natural stuff, right? We're talking about natural substance that your body can create its own, but we're just taking this supplement, additional supplement to give you that mental boost when you really need it the most. So that's the third ninja trick or ninja pebble that I'm sharing with you today. So whether you're making that pitch in front of the Shark Tank or whether you've got this big pile of work that you must get through, you're now actually armed with 3 different ways for which you can enhance your brain focus, your energy level, so that you can get through those work, so that you can light up the world with your energy and enthusiasm and make a difference, make this world a better place. So now, to get more tips and tricks, subscribe to my Executive Warrior Academy channel on YouTube, and I look forward to sharing with you more information that will help you enhance your performance so that you can be more kick-ass, right, as a business leader. And if you do have any questions that you would like to ask, put them in the comments below. I'll answer them as I see them. So my name is Stephen Kerr, and I look forward to your greater success.